Alright guys, we are in the ad group section. This is going to take some time because most of the marketing and optimizations happen in the ad group level. So the ad group name has to be your interests and your targeting. So what you're targeting is going to determine your ad group name. And let's go down. We have optimization location. This part is really important. So you remember how we set the pixel up. You're going to see the pixel that you created, and you probably see just one pixel if you haven't created one before. Because since I created one before this example, I see two, but I know which one this is, and this is the Jim's digital marketing one. An optimization event is really important because let's say you're going to see click button, add to cart, complete payment. So if you choose add to cart, TikTok will try to find people who add to cart. But add to cart doesn't really fill our pockets, right? So what fills our pockets, what drives in the cash is complete payment. That's why we're going to select complete payment, guys. If you choose instant TikTok instant page, you can get people to drive conversions on a page that TikTok creates on TikTok without getting people to your website. When you should use this, guys, when your website load speed is really, really slow. If it is really slow, you want to use TikTok instant page. But if your website page load speed is faster than 2 seconds, 0 to 2 seconds, that's great, guys. You can get people to your website, no problem. But if it is slower than 3 seconds, you gotta use TikTok instant page. Let's go down. Let's assume our page is fast. And if your page is slow, guys, that's a big issue, by the way. You cannot do this on Google, for instance, if you want to advertise on Google. If you have that issue, go to Fiverr or Upwork, find a person to speed up your website. They charge not much, guys, like $30, $40. They fix your website and it is way faster, and they show you before and afters, and you freely go start running ads. And this makes a big difference, guys. Like I was running ads when I started my selling courses online. I was driving people to my website. I wasn't selling here, and the thing happened. I was like getting a lot of clicks, link clicks. I was my CPM was good, cost per 1,000 impressions. My CTR was good, but for some reason, my website, people land on my website were really low. All right, the clicks were high, but people landing on my website was low. That's why, and also that really led to no purchases. Less purchases than it should be, right? And I investigated that issue, and I looked at the data. There was like half. Let's say 100 people click on the ads, 50% land on the website. 40% land on the website. There's 50 to 60 people that want to buy maybe, but since your website is really slow, they are like, whatever, I will just scroll down. I will do it later. And then they missed that out. And once I got my page load speed faster and my conversion rate skyrocketed, and like my people who clicked on and landed on my website, really there was like a 10 to 20 discrepancy there, 20 people discrepancy, and that is not much. You're gonna have some people dropping off because they accidentally click, but most likely you should have a high ratio. All right, let's go down. We have placements. So you might be thinking Jim, this is TikTok ads. What do you mean by placements? Guys, TikTok has partner apps. So if I select placement, as you can see, we have Pangle, Global App Bundle. We don't want to show our ads over here because these traffic is not quality. These are really trash traffic, guys. And we're going to only select TikTok. And if you say advanced settings, you can adjust if you want to allow people to comment, allow people to download your videos, allow people to share your videos. Guys, commenting and sharing is going to increase your engagement overall in your ads in TikTok ads. The reason being is TikTok loves it. TikTok thinks, even if they're writing negative comments, TikTok thinks people are engaging, right? They don't know the difference. If they report your ad, that's a different story. But if they write a comment, share with people, that's going to lower your cost per reaching. I'm showing your ads 1,000 times. So video download is optional, guys. I sometimes turn it off if I'm running ads for clients, but user comments and video sharing, I usually turn that on. And if you explain why you think that way, they will be good to go as well. Now we come to the targeting section, guys. So in this mock campaign, we're not going to have only one targeting ad group. So on the left-hand side, we are in the ad group section. We have campaign, we covered this. Now we're in the ad group section. And in the ad group section, we're not going to have one ad group. We want to have multiple ad groups so we can test what interests are giving us more purchases, right? So we have two options. We have custom targeting and automatic targeting. I like using automatic targeting, that you do no targeting whatsoever, but I'm going to use it in a different ad group. The reason being is, since we're using, guys, not a campaign budget optimization, we're using ad group budget optimization. So we are setting a specific budget for each ad group. If I were using campaign budget optimization though, TikTok will spend most of the money on the automatic targeting because they have the biggest reach, right? So TikTok algorithm is getting smarter, so don't be afraid to use automatic targeting. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. But now in this ad group specifically, I'm going to use an interest targeting. Let's go down, location, Australia. You might be wondering why I can't target specific location. For in this case, we cannot see United States, right? I'm in Australia, I cannot target the United States. Why is that? Guys, TikTok doesn't allow you to do it. You have two options. One option is logging into your Shopify with a VPN. That's one option, in creating your TikTok account with a VPN or with a SIM card specifically from United States. That case, you can run ads in the United States while in a different country. You can do that. Or the second option is creating an agency TikTok account. Then you can run ads in different countries. But in this case, I'm just going to show you how to do that right now. If you have further questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Languages, I do all. The reason being, guys, is select the targeting language based on most prevalent language used in your selected location. So in Australia, you might be thinking, yeah, English is the main kind. Why I should do all? Guys, keep that in mind. There are a lot of people who set their browser, they forget their browser settings on their native language. And maybe they're fluent in other language. Here, in Australia, I'm Turkish, for instance. I speak fluent English, right? Sometimes I forget to turn my language back onto English, and I'm set to Turkish. And I buy stuff online. And if those people just select English, they might miss me out as a potential customer. And if you don't want to have that issue, a lot of Chinese people, Indian people, Pakistani people, right? There are a lot of different nationalities where they speak perfect English, but their browser set, maybe they forgot, maybe they didn't change it, maybe they bought their laptop in their home country or SIM card, whatever the case may be. You don't want to exclude those people because those people might be your customers. And gender is pretty self-explanatory, who you want to target. Let's go down. We have age. Do not go with a 13 to 17, guys. Just exclude that. How you exclude that? 18, bam, 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 bam. So I personally don't want to do 55 plus, since we are selling a copywriting course as an example. I tick that off. Guys, if you're selling something super expensive, here we have spending power. And TikTok will choose people who have a higher spending power, right? So if in this case, let's say our course is $50, and this is not a big purchase for most of the people. That's why you want to go with all. But let's say you're selling $5,000 course, worth of course, or you're selling a really luxury penthouse on top of the city, and you'd want to go with high spending power. Of course, that makes sense. But if you choose high spending power, your cost per 1,000 impressions is going to be a little bit higher compared to if you were to choose all. Let's go down. Audiences. We have custom audiences here, guys. How does that help us is you create custom audiences, such as you upload a list. Maybe you have email list of your existing leads, existing customers, right? And you upload them on TikTok. I will show you how to do that, right? So you come to audience over here, and you come to include. Click on this and then create new. And after you click on this, they will take you an audience section. This is under the tools, by the way, on the left-hand side, audience manager. Now we're in the audience manager. We're going to click on create audience, and you want to say custom audience. I will cover lookalike audiences in a different section, so just keep that in mind. We're covering custom audiences. Guys, these are great if you want to remarket to your list or create a lookalike. Lookalike meaning people who are similar to your core audience. Let's say this works really great if you have a list of 1,000 people that have bought from your brand before, and you are targeting, creating lookalike audiences. So this really gives TikTok a clear understanding that, okay, we have 1,000 people who bought this product or service, and he wants me to find people similar to that. And that will be super easy, guys, for TikTok, and it's Facebook as well. Like, advertising platforms are great in that machine learning sense. So you can create custom file, you upload a file here, they give you what type of file they want in this case. So if you don't know the formatting rules, there's learn more button. If you click on the learn more, they will take you a part where they explain every single detail about uploading your list. How to create custom audience from a customer file. It says the format should be CSV or TXT. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Accepted IDs, Apple identifier advertiser, so on and so forth. Accepted hash. Guys, hash is for privacy reasons. So a person who is uploading it, you cannot see it. And TikTok doesn't really, like, a person who's uploading cannot see it. That's for privacy reasons. So don't worry about that. Accepted hashes. You can look it up if you don't know how to do it. And I will show you in the upcoming modules as well. Or original, unhashed, or raw value. If you provide raw, there's some certain rules that you need to consistent capitalization and so on and so forth. And if you go down, there's the formats that you want to upload, so on and so forth. For instance, these are the custom files. You can import it directly to TikTok Manager. So these are, you have to, by the way, have minimum 1,000 people in that list. If you have 100, I mean, that will not make sense and they won't accept it. Let's go back. What else we have in creating custom audiences? If I create again, so we have engagement. So you can create audiences based on how people engage with your ads, with your posts, right? If they've seen your ads or organic content before, you can say, I want to target those people. If you have an app, you can do that as well. Website traffic is good. So maybe you want to say, I want to target people who visited my site in the last 120 days. And that's why the important, that pixel is really important, guys. You remember how we put the pixel into the website? But keep that in mind, guys. This website traffic will start working after the point you put the pixel into the website. That is not going to record the data before you put the pixel onto site. So pixel is the brain that you put into the website, and they will collect how many people are coming, what people are coming. They know those people. And you can run a remarketing ad to them and saying, yes, you visited my site. Now it is time to buy the course or something like that, right? Those are remarketing ads. You can do remarketing audiences, or you can create a lookalike audience, meaning similar people that visited to your website, right? People similar to them. Or you can have lead generation, create a list of people who viewed or submitted an instant form, right? You can retarget to them. If they've submitted the form maybe and they didn't buy, you can target them. Business account, or you can say people who followed your profile on TikTok, not your ads, but profile. Or you can have a shop activity. As I covered, if your website is really small, you can get instant page and people can take action there and you can target those people, right? Hope this is clear, guys. We're going to cover that in a later module, custom audiences, in more detail. In this case, we are targeting people who haven't heard of our brand before. We are just brand new. In this case, let's just imagine that, right? Let's go down and we have include and exclude. You can, the same case that we include people, you can exclude those lists. Maybe you want to say, I don't want to target, you exclude the people who visited my site. You can say that. I mean, you can do it here as well. But again, those people have to be 1,000. I mean, if your website traffic is like 10 to 20, it doesn't work, guys. You cannot do it. Just to keep in mind. Under interest and behaviors, now this is the part that we do our targeting. And this is the best, my favorite part. This is where the creativity comes in. Since we're doing copywriting, let's see what we have. Once you click on this space bar, guys, you have interests, purchase intention, you have video interaction, creator interaction, and hashtag interaction. Let me cover how they're different. Interest is what you like to do. Overall, this is not a person's about to buy. Let's say we have in their interests education, right? You're interested in education. Maybe you're an academic person or somewhat whatnot, right? But it doesn't mean you're actively searching, you want to enroll in a course or you want to buy a course, right? You're into education. And those people are less likely to buy. But we have in the purchase intention, those people they have the intention to buy, right? If you're familiar with Google, it is like in market audiences. But if this is more like affinity audiences. But if you're not familiar with what I'm saying right now, that's all right. You don't have to know Google Ads to understand this, guys. So purchase intention, the people are more likely to buy and they're actively looking for it. But interest, they're not actively looking for it. They kind of in that niche, right? So purchase intention, video interactions. Video interactions is what type of video they interacted with. This is not very great if you are targeting. By the way, this is, guys, in the last 15 days. You interacted with that type of content in the last 15 days. If you see a lot of people watching a lot of t-shirt trying fitting videos and stuff, whatnot, or specific t-shirt, baggy t-shirts, you can target those people in the last 15 days, and that means actually they're more likely to take action about that certain content. Creator interaction, the creators they follow or they viewed, right? So let's say there are different creators, right? Nature, performance, lifestyle, vehicle, and stuff, right? So this is not a great purchase driver as well, but it is a good way to utilize finding new people, so to speak. And we have hashtag interaction. Guys, this is this last 7 days. Keep that in mind. As you can see on the left-hand side, when you hover over that, they give the explanation. And it is usually smaller audiences. So whenever I add something here, it's going to have 1,000 to 10,000 people. And on the right-hand side, we have available audiences. Your available audience, guys, depending on the country that you're in, for instance, if you're in Russia, China, Turkey, Pakistan, India, UK, Australia, United States, Canada, guys, or Brazil, those countries are big countries. If you're in one of those countries, you want to have Egypt or some Kuwait, some other Dubai, like in those places, you need to have at least 1 million people in your available audience. But if you're in, let's say, Croatia, Slovenia, Morocco, Malta, like countries with smaller populations, I don't know, by the way, Morocco might be big. Anyways, excuse my geography. If you have a smaller country, it is okay if you go down below 1 million. So after you select your audiences, who you want to target, make sure you have at least 1 million people here. That is the benchmark. All right, let's find something that is kind of related to copywriting. And I don't want to chunk everything in. I want to select 1 or 2 things, and I want to name my ad group as that, so I can test it against other ad groups. Let's find something here. Let's do copywriting. Do we have something with copywriting? Guys, by the way, there are other additional interests that might not show up here. Interest, purchase intention, video interaction. You see those, right? Once you click on this, you have a bunch of options. But some audiences, some interests are not in there. So you have to type that in, do some research. Copywriting, let's say. And I gotta press enter. And let's see what we have. Okay, as you can see, we have copywriting as an interest. Let's click on it. But make sure, guys, look at the top right-hand corner. It is too narrow, 0 to 1,000. There are not enough people interested in this, so we have to add something else as well. Let's do marketing. So marketing is kind of related to copywriting. So we have 2 different things: digital marketing, marketing advertising, marketing advertising. I mean, that's not too bad, guys. Internet marketing, TikTok marketing, learn digital marketing. What else? Email marketing, it is kind of related to copywriting, so I'm going to add that as well. As you can see, this email marketing bumped my audience size to 300,000. There is additional interest, email marketing. I'm going to add that too. I already selected this. Marketing, advertising, marketing courses. Gosh, guys, this is literally what I want to target. Marketing courses. It is not a big audience. It is still around 300,000. Let's see what else we have. Digital marketing degree, digital marketing jobs, content marketing. Let's do digital marketing. Marketing tips is good. I want to add marketing tips. This is still a small audience, guys. Let's do marketing again. What else we have? Marketing and advertising. Purchase intention. All right, let's do this one. I'm sure this is pretty big. Yes, purchase intention. Cool. We have, guys, almost 8 million people in this. I'm not going to add anything else here. So we have copywriting, email marketing, marketing courses. So I'm going to type that in here. And copywriting plus email marketing. marketing and advertisement. Cool. And you gotta type the age range you're targeting as well. So if you do, in case, do a test, 18 to 54. Let's do that. 18 to 54. Perfect. Now we're ready to rock and roll, guys. Let's go down. And here you have two options. Device option. And with the device option, this is really useful if you're running an app campaign. The reason being is some apps are not compatible iOS, some apps are not compatible Android. So if you have that, if you're running apps, you got to choose that. And if you have a really expensive product, guys, you can select the model of the phone as well. And if they're using really low models, of course, you don't want to target that. Those people are going to be waste of time and money. In this case, let's say we're selling hundreds of thousands of dollars course or a house or something, right? Like car, Mercedes car. You don't want to target I don't know, Nokia users, right? Like those people probably don't have enough money to buy a phone. They're probably not going to have enough money to buy a Mercedes, right? So you come here, for instance, device model, and you don't select ITIL, Lenovo, LG, Infinity X, Huawei, Honor. Those phones are pretty bad, guys. Like they're super cheap phones, right? And those people pretty much don't have money. But if you're not selling an expensive item like house, car, insurance could be cheap as well anyways. But keep that in mind. If you're selling something really expensive, I would only target people. Come to Apple, for instance, and you can see iPhone 5, iPhone 5S. Those people, you don't want to target those people. You only want to target, for instance, what do we have? iPhone 10X, could be 10X, iPhone of 14 Pro Max, 13. And yes, you can target those people. And once you do that, as you can see, my audience, available audience, goes down. Just be careful about that. If you select like super niche devices, your audience will slowly shrink. But I'm kind of okay with this right now. But in this case, in our hypothetical example, we're selling a cheap course, which is $50, right? So we don't have to narrow this down too much. I'm not going to touch it as of now. And I'm going to target all operating systems. I go down and you can say connection type. I only want to advertise to people who are connected to Wi-Fi. You can say that. Maybe your website is content heavy. And what I mean, it is maybe like you have too much videos and those videos have to load for people to see your video sales letter. If that's the case, guys, do not go with 2G or 3G. You're going to say, if they have a 2G or 3G connection, don't show my ads. And that's a great way to do it, right? That's a great, easy way to do it. And you can do that easily. But I usually go with all. The reason being is, I mean, I don't have heavy content on my website. My website is fast. So even if they have 3G or 2G, they're still gonna be able to watch whatever I have to say in the video, and they're gonna be able to go to my website. And as I said, if your content is super heavy, they have to watch a video till the end to come to see your offer. You guys on your website, you're gonna select 5G, 4G, and all. 5G, 4G, and Wi-Fi. If you do that, it is still fairly broad. And if you take out Wi-Fi, your audience size on the top right-hand corner goes down drastically. So, and then you have carriers. You can say Telstra, whatever it is in your country, it is going to be different. Internet service provider, you can select a certain thing again. And device price, this is really important as well, guys. You can say any price or specific price. Their device price, maybe you want that to be maybe like $900 to $1,000 plus, which means they kind of have spare money to spend, right? And once you do that, though, look at this, guys. Their available audience size goes really, really narrow. But if you are a high-end brand, if you are selling really high-end products like really expensive t-shirts, or you want to build a brand like Louis Vuitton or something with TikTok ads or any advertising channels, use this, guys. So you are well known amongst people who have money. That is a really important thing, and nobody's going to tell you this. And targeting expansion, guys, always leave that on. I am always a big supporter of leaving this on. You have to leave this on, guys. A lot of people are too afraid of testing audience super nuancedly, and if you tick that off, your audience size will go to 12,000 to 16,000. You don't want to do that. And we forgot to take this back on to any price. And the reason being, we do targeting expansion on this, guys. This is really important. So they're going to ask you what type of expansion you want to have. If you select age, you remember we selected 18 to 54. If you select age targeting expansion, they might show your ads to people who are 13 or people who are 80 or something. If you select interests, they're going to expand beyond the marketing and email marketing courses. Keep that in mind. And what I always do is keep this ticked on. I don't want to get the age spread out. I want the interest and behavior spread out when TikTok realizes and sees an opportunity to get a purchase. So I will give that availability to TikTok. And we're going to go down. We have budget and schedule, guys. On the daily budget, I usually set a daily budget, but if you set a lifetime budget, you can make sure TikTok will not spend more than your lifetime budget. But I set a daily budget. Of course, you're not going to forget to turn your ads off. Running ads, you have to look at pretty frequently. Guys, there's a minimum spend required. In Australia, it is $20. You cannot do $10 a day. The reason being is there is a limit. As you can see, if you do that, the number must be larger than 20. On Facebook, however, you can spend $3 a day and no problem, right? So this is a critical thing. Before you get into TikTok advertising, you have to know this little nuance. Schedule, set a start time to run ad groups continuously. You can say, I want my ads to start right in the morning of Black Friday and at the end of Black Friday. You can say that, but in this case, this was going to be actually a Black Friday campaign. I just remembered we started with a Black Friday, so I'm gonna set this to, for instance, Black Friday. What was it? November 27th of November, I guess, and I want it to end around, let's say, December 2nd, right? Let's do it that way. And you have day parting. I will cover day parting. It's a little bit of an advanced concept, guys. You select a specific time where you want to spend your money. If you're a marketing agency, for instance, and you're getting people as leads, you don't want to run it all day. Because a person who might want to become a lead at 3 a.m. at night, 3 a.m. in the morning, and the morning that you call them back, they probably forget about it, right? They already forget about it. That's why you want to select specific times if you're a service-based business. But if you're selling something like an e-commerce business, you want to go with all day, unless you know exactly where your customers purchase. Let's say you have been running ads for, for years, and you realized your brand has some unique thing that people buy from you at like 10 a.m. to, 4 p.m. or something. And then you can select a specific time and you choose that, right? You can drag and drop like this. It's pretty fun to adjust this. Guys, it is really easy to do it as well, drag and drop. So I'm going to clear that all because I want to run this all day during Black Friday. And they're going to ask you the conversion optimization goal. Since we chosen conversion as a campaign objective, we cannot choose value or click, right? This is giving us this option. Bid strategy, stick with lowest cost. Cost cap can work great, but it isn't, again, you have to have a lot of data to use cost cap. And if you use cost cap, TikTok most likely is not going to spend your budget unless you keep it really high. Guys, cost cap, you set a certain amount that you're willing to pay per conversion. Let's say you're paying $10 per lead, right? If you say I want to pay $10 per lead, they are less likely to spend your whole daily budget. But if you say, let's say, if your daily budget is historically $10 and you set cost cap to $30, you won't have an issue to spend that money. But I really still don't suggest you use it. Get first a lot of data. I suggest at least have 100 to 500 conversion events. If it's a purchase, 100 to 500 purchases. If it's leads, 100 to 500 leads in 1 month. That is important as well. So the algorithm has to have some data before you make that adjustment to cost cap. So go with lowest cost. And we have, lastly, attribution settings. Attribution settings is important, guys, because this tells you when to attribute a sale or a lead to your advertisement from TikTok. So we have a bunch of options. We have 1-day click or 1-day view. It is default version is 7-day click, 1-day view. What does that mean? If a person sees your ad, clicks your ad, and buys 6 days later after clicking, this video, this ad still contribute the sale to that ad. But if they, let's say, click your ad in day one of seeing your ad, and they click it, do nothing, after 9 days, they remember they saw a TikTok ad from you and they buy it, they're not going to attribute it to your ad. So that is the attribution setting. And what is the one-day view, you might ask? Let's say they see the ad, and they don't click anything. They see the ad, like till the end, let's say, or until the like 50% of the ad, watch the ad, and they do nothing. They don't click it. They remember your brand name, type into Google, and then they buy from there. And TikTok will say they see the ad in the same day, even though they didn't click on it, they bought after seeing that ad. So that's why I'm going to attribute that sale to my ads. TikTok is going to say that. So you can adjust it. Some people say, I only want them to count as a attribution to my ads. So you see that as a conversion in TikTok ads itself. So if you do only one-day click, so this means, guys, if you do one-day click only like this will tell TikTok only count conversions when they click and buy right away in the same day. I mean, even if they buy next day, don't count that as a conversion. It's kind of stupid if you ask me, so I go with 7-day click, 1-day view. It's a default option, so you're going to go ahead with that. And advanced settings, you have billing events and delivery type. You cannot change these right now, so you're going to say next. If you say next, guys, we're going to come to the ad level, and I'm going to cover the ad level in the later module.